the team we're gonna cheer.
At the convergence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela rivers, we're in the football town of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Acrisure Stadium. Today, our draw features two from the AFC between the Cincinnati Bengals
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. Roll.
They'll start on the ground with Brooks. They find some open field here. Inside the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jonathan Brooks his first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers are on the board first here this afternoon. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers.
Makes the score Steelers 7, Bengals 0. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Here we go. 12. Stop.
They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And now the rookie's free. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A big play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he returns this to the 22.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Let's go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Ready.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, kid. Here we go. 79.
To throw is Milton. He'll let it fly for Austin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
You talk about this Bengals defense. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that, though. To throw, it's Milton. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
That's taken on the 25. Nice punt, but good work on the return to give back 11 yards. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
It's hot. Hot. Stop.
Well, they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Here now, 3rd and a yard.
It's just set. 11.
Burrow will throw. And he is caught. There he goes left side. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 40 yards.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, can. Stop.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
11. 12. Stop.
Now Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here we go. 12. Can. 11 MT. 11 Thomas. 11 Mighty. 11 Sahai.
Here's Burrow. He'll try and do this himself. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was that we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of the game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Hop 70.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. You talk about this Bengals defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
I always think back to what my defensive coordinator in college used to tell me. Playing against the run is 11 individual battles, man on man, and are you going to win that battle? Are you going to whip the guy across from you and get to the ball carrier, wrap him up, and put him on the ground? Because the one thing he absolutely detested was yards after contact. Tackle him, put him down on the spot.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Okay,
They
ready?
need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Pat. Cowboy 80. Rig alert. Rig Buffalo 18. Ready.
Milton. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Steelers first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. They run out of the gun with Brooks here. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 96 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Cup 19, Cup.
Here's Milton. They'll find Metcalf.
And he's got this down to the 35. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Come on. Set. 19, 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. Riggs.
They'll run the draw with Brooks.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
The Steelers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Cougar 19. Go.
Now Milton. Catch is made by Metcalf.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
DK Metcalf with career touchdown number 60. And the Steelers are once again back in front.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 14-10. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. 2nd down and 8.
Here we go. Stop.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Here's a diving catch right side. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
I think one of the key words in today's NFL is hybrid. You know, guys who can do more than just what they're asked to do. How about our running back there laying out like a wide receiver and making that catch?
And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Stop. Stop.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Stop.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 96 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Here we go.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On point, ready?
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Gun. Shot. 180. 11. 11.
Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
On one, ready?
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Here we go. 11 MT tape. 11. 12.
Now it's Burrow.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they'll get him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Throwing is Milton.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd down.
But their first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Pass the 60. Let's go.
They'll run right here with Brooks.
And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Third and 12.
18 Rattler. Ready. Cougar 19.
Here's Milton now to throw.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
Taken from just outside the 30. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and look like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now it's Burrow. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now fourth down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Come on, come on. 79, Cowboy 80. Ready, ready?
Here's a 2nd and 7. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
He's to the 15.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Bengals.
11 MT, tight. 11 MT. Yes, sir. Right 80. Right 11. Stop.
Burrow looking to pass. That's caught. Andre Yoshivas. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
11. Here we go. Right 80.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-17.
Bengals 17.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
1 second, all that remains.
Cougar 19.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Bengals grab it. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. But he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Gun. Stop.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 122 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Here we go.
Chase, the motion man right. Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep. A great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line.
But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
Here we go. Stop. 11 mighty. 11 Mike. 12. Stop.
They'll set up to throw.
Connecting on the out route here with Higgins.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Makes it 3rd and 5.
Third and 5.
Here we go. 11. Big 13. 11. Stop.
Back to throw here. And he will take it all in for a Bengals touchdown.
T. Higgins.
His second touchdown on the season.
And the Bengals have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that gives them a 3-point lead.
Steelers 21.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Back to throw. Milton.
That is incomplete.
The good signal calls would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go, here we go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 5.
70 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Now a give to Brooks running right.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Trey Hendrickson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
To throw, it's Milton. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Here we go.
1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
Ready? Go, Cougar 19. Ready?
Running the toss to Brooks here.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
60 Bobcats.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Will try and do this himself. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And that drive was going pretty darn well. 3 previous times converted on 3rd down. But on that one, the defense rose up and said, enough of that.
Boswell's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the play.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
Here we go.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Right to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or worse, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
60 Bison. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
To throw is Milton.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 48 yards.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. A run out of the gun with Brooks.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Here's 2nd down.
Let's go. Panther 60. Panther 80.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down.
70.
Milton.
That is caught. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Here we go. 1st and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll try to run this one in. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
Brooks. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Here's Milton. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Tie game, 4th quarter. You're already in the red zone, well in field goal range. You can't throw a pick there.
And you know I want to give all the credit to the defenders, right? I mean, they made a play on the ball. But bottom line, you set up the situation perfectly. You've already got the field goal in the bag. You've got to make sure you take care of the football in that situation.
This is 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. 11.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. That's the big one you needed. Something to get you away from your own end zone. Now you've got life.
Not only do you have life and open field, but think of the lift that your whole team just got after that play.
Now Burrow.
Open man right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, you call the line of scrimmage. If they do pop one, it's going to go away.
As I said, could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
11. Here we go. 11 mighty. 11.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
19 Tiger, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Mustang 19.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They got his man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting into midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for the Bengals, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.